Welcome back. This is module number 5 of TV for the 21st century by www.ttjtech.net. Let's keep things moving here. Showing you a workflow and taking things to the next level in TV for the 21st century. Couple of things before we do get started. First of all, what we've always told you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. That means leave a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you've not already had a chance to do so. And don't forget also to reach out there and smash that notification bell, because that's how you'll stay in the loop for everything we're doing. Leave a comment, too, if you want, while you're at it. Another important announcement for you. I want to remind you that today, Wednesday, June 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time in Zoom, we will be holding our live interactive Q&A session for this digital cafe, for this course. If you have any questions at all about cutting the cord, Apple TV, TV streaming options and services and apps, accessibility, audio on the any of this kind of stuff, please ask them, and please do come prepared with questions, because your questions will set the tone of the evening and drive the direction of things. We will do the very best we can to answer all of the questions we can. That is again at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in Zoom. A link has already been sent out to all of our subscribers. If you have not received it or have somehow lost it, please send us an email to support@ttjtech.net or give us a call at 814-348-4063, and we'll be happy to help you. Okay. We've been talking about Apple TV for 4 modules now. This is our 5th one. And I really do want to start by giving you I only know to call it a sample workflow, because really and truly it is what you would call it, but workflow just seems a funny thing to say when you're talking about watching TV. So what I mean is, what do we do? How does this actually work in a practical sense? We sit down, maybe we got dinner, or we got the snack and the drink, whatever, drinks, and we're sitting down now to watch something, or any other time of the day, whatever the case may be. What is it like? What's the actual process like? We know what it's like in the, older technology. You pick it up, you turn it on, whatever channel you were on starts blasting, and you have to figure out, this is a whole new experience. What do we do? All right, let me kind of walk you through it. The first thing we do is we press and hold. Well, we pick up the beautiful Siri remote here, as it's known in the United States. And I'm walking as I do this, so I apologize, but I want you to be able to hear I'm going to put this right up to the home pod here. Sorry if I'm making noise in your ears there as we're moving, but I want to not knock things over either. That's the other thing I really don't want to do. My wife will not be very thrilled with me if I knock things over. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, I don't know what I was worried about there. It's right there. Praise God. Okay, so the first thing I do, pick up, and by the way, this Apple Siri remote uses Bluetooth, so it doesn't really matter if it's line of sight. I press and hold the power button for a few seconds. TV, row 1, column 1. I hear my TV turning on over there. It goes doo doo doo. It makes a little noise and speaks, but you can't. It said, "Welcome back, Matthew." You can't hear the TV because it was turned. That's internal volume, and it's pretty low, and I'm by the HomePod, not the internal TV. By one of the HomePods. Now, the first thing I can do is I can raise up my volume. When you use your HomePods as default TV speakers, they're already, of course, programmed to the Apple TV. And by the way, you can also use Bluetooth speakers and, of course, AirPods and other headsets as well. And those should vary in what their volume control button will do, but the remote volume button on the Apple TV Siri remote certainly control the HomePods just fine. So you can raise the volume up a little. Music, row 1, column 2, top shelf content available. I am on my... Swipe up for full screen. Okay, I'm on my home screen, guys. All right, this is the home screen of the Apple TV. It is a grid of 5 columns and however many rows you need, basically. I'm going to show you some of what's on my Apple TV here. The very first app, this is what's called like the top row or top shelf apps. And what that means is that they are sort of like the dock, but it's different. Whereas you basically can swipe up or click up above these apps and you can see information related to those apps, featured shows or music or otherwise. But let's look at the 5 apps, okay? I'm just clicking the remote left and right here. TV, row 1, column 1, top shelf content available. Music, photos, arcade, fitness, row 1, column 5, top shelf. So those are the 5 apps on my top row. Obviously, means we can't go any further. I'm using the left and right click buttons. If I go down to the next row, I'm going now from right to left, of course, because we're going backwards. Let's see what these apps are. Settings, computers, search, podcasts, App Store, row 2, column 1. Next row. So let me just go over a couple of these things here. So TV, music, photos, arcade, and fitness. Pretty much all self-explanatory. TV is that Apple TV app that we love and that we're going to go into. And then you have music, Apple Music, of course, and then photos, so my whole photo library and iCloud and everything. Arcade is where I can browse the Apple Arcade games and download the ones I want. And then fitness is the Apple Fitness app. All right, so down in the second row, we then had, of course, settings on the far right. Computer settings. This computers option. Computers, row 2, column 4. Remember the words home sharing, because we'll talk about that later on. Okay, that's what that's for. Search, podcasts, App Store. Okay, I think I missed something. Settings. Oh, settings, computers. Okay, yeah. Search is another way of performing a universal search, and then you have your podcasts app and your App Store to go in and get more apps. Okay, let's go down to the next row. This is where I start having TV streaming services and apps here. Directv stream, row 3. Column 1. There's my live TV service. HBO Max, row 3, Disney Plus, Peacock, Discovery Plus, row 3, column 5. Next row. Infuse, recently updated, row 4, column 5. In the kitchen, YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, recently updated. All right, it even tells you some of these have been recently updated. Netflix, Hulu, and then you heard YouTube, Netflix, and then you heard In the Kitchen, which is a Food Network streaming service above and beyond what you get with Discovery Plus and all the other ways you can watch Food Network. This is where you can get like cooking classes and stuff like that. And you also heard Infuse. We're going to talk about that a bit later, so I put that up pretty high in my list. And then let's go down. TV apps folder, 7 items. Okay. Row 5, column 1. Now, really, I don't need these apps as a number 1 priority because they are the TV Everywhere apps that I told you about, most of them, which are those apps that give you additional content from the networks, assuming you subscribe to the networks. I can watch all my networks in the Directv Stream app. I don't really need to have a separate app to watch HGTV, Food Network, ESPN, but every once in a while there's a benefit to it. Sometimes I get more episodes in those apps, and sometimes they're used for other things. So if I open this folder, you'll see. Opening TV apps folder, TV apps, Disney NOW, row 1, column 1. Disney Now. Recently updated. That's ESPN. 1. Food Network Go, row 1, column 3. And you only get 3 apps to a row here.
Nick, recently updated. HGTV Go, Freeform, recently updated. Smithsonian Channel, recently updated.
So
row 3, column 1. Closing TV apps folder.
What else do I have besides those apps now?
Apple Arcade folder, news folder, lifestyle folder, games folder, Philo, row, Go Noodle, extras folder.
And that's it. It looks like there's a couple of apps that I should have put in folders that I didn't yet. Maybe I'll do that with you so you can hear how easy that is. But, all right, so Apple Arcade is a folder of games that I've gotten from Apple Arcade, okay? And there are lots of great games on Apple Arcade. They're very excellent. The kids love them. There's not a whole lot of them that are voiceover friendly yet, but I think more will come. And in the meantime, it's great to play them with the kids and, with the family. And then we had a folder for news apps. I've moved away from my HomePod for now, but I will tell you that the news folder has in it ABC News, NBC News, and CBS News. Those are all able to be instantly watched using Siri, and that's very convenient. And then over here, I have the lifestyle folder. It has 7 items in it. Here's what I have. I have a Bible app, which is a great app. It's the same app that I use on my iPad and iPhone. It's just designed for Apple TV. There's great videos and stuff in it. Here's an app called Bon Appetit, which is a food cooking app, I do believe. Here's another food app, Yumly. Here's the Weather Channel app, all right, so I can get the hour-by-hour, day-by-day forecast here. Here's the SiriusXM radio app, so I can listen to my SiriusXM music here. Here's Magic Fireplace. I can display a fireplace, any one of a number of fireplaces on my screen, and with them I get crackling fireplace sounds, and I can also play them with music in addition to the crackling sounds. So I can have, and I love to do this at Christmas time, a fireplace on the TV. They also make like fish tank aquarium ones and a few other things too. I have the Grubhub app here, which, we don't actually have Grubhub in our area. We do have DoorDash. I'm not so sure that DoorDash has made a tvOS app, or I think I'd know about it, and I would certainly get it. But it is, I have Grubhub here because it's cool. And that is all I have in the lifestyle folder for now, my friends. Now we have here the games folder, and I have additional games that are not Apple Arcade games here. There's some really fun games. Fibbage, which you play with your iPads and iPhones, and it's sort of like almost like a Balderdash type of game. Here's Phrase Party, which is very familiar to some, probably kind of like Catchphrase. Here's Sketch Party TV, kind of like Win, Lose, or Draw. Again, you draw on your iPads and iPhones. Beasts of Balance, which uses a game board to play, and the animals come to life. It's so cool. And Sing by Smule, which is a karaoke app, and you can sing into your device, and it's just really a lot of fun. And I'll just tell you, since we're talking about games, well, I don't know if I'll tell you how many. Oh, I have 17 items in Apple Arcade, and I don't know if I want to use all the time, all that much time to talk about those, but there's great Apple Arcade games. All right, let's do this. Let's show you the other folder I have, which is called Extras. It only has 2 items in it, movies and TV shows. These are still put on the Apple TV as another way to access iTunes Store content. But I don't really use them because I do everything from the TV app, so I just have them in the Extras folder. And then here's a game my daughter downloaded, Go Noodle, and here's another one, Philo, which is another live TV streaming app that I did tell you about. So I think what I'll do is I'll very quickly move these. If you can see, you can probably just drag them, but here's the way we do it with VoiceOver. We find an app we wish to move. We click and hold on it until we hear the prompt. So let's start with
Go Noodle.
Go Noodle.
Kids videos.
Click and hold on this.
Column 2. Started moving. Go Noodle.
I let go.
Kids videos.
Now I can
play for options.
I can move it somewhere else.
Stream,
like if I press the right arrow.
After Philo, row 6, column 3.
I now put it after Philo. It was before. I go back to the left.
Before extras folder, after extras folder, after Philo, before Philo.
You can also go up and down that way to move it. But if you want to put it in a folder, you press the play button, play pause button on the remote.
Delete button.
The first option you have is delete. So this is how you delete an app that you no longer want. And then listen as we go down now in the list.
New folder button.
Make a new folder.
9. Move to TV apps button. Move to Apple Arcade. Move to news. But move to lifestyle. Move to games.
That's
button.
where I want it. So I'll just
7
click
9.
the center button.
Finish moving. Philo. Row 6.
And it now put it in there. And so I should be able to see that there are now 8 apps in the games folder.
TV, Apple News, Life, Games folder. 6 items.
Or 6. 6 because I only had 5 in there, I guess.
Opening games folder. Games. Sing. Beasts of Go Noodle.
Yep, there it is.
Videos,
I don't know why I thought I had 7. We were only 5. And then Philo, I'll probably actually, where should I put? You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to put search in extras because we don't use search that way. We use Siri or just use the TV app.
HBO Mac podcast.
So,
8 Hulu. Row 4. You in the Infuse. Discovery, settings, computer, search, podcast.
Oh, no, but I don't want to move that because I like settings being on the right. That's just funny. I'm not going to do that. I'll put Philo down. Okay, I know where I'm going to put it. I could put it in TV apps, but I don't want to do that.
App extras, fold, Philo. Started moving.
It kind of deserves its own place, in my opinion.
Press after Infuse, row 5, column 1.
Yep, that's where I want it.
Finish moving.
Press the back button.
TV apps, Philo, row 5.
Okay.
Column 1.
There it is. And it's now right where I want it.
Games folder.
So,
6
let's
items.
see.
Philo
is right where I want it.
Column 1. Netflix.
And that's good.
Philo,
now,
5,
that's more than I wanted to initially get involved in because I didn't want to, that's not part of the workflow, right? That's not part of what we do every day when we sit down. But I thought I might as well show it to you how easy it is. All right, so let's actually get back to where we were now. We sit down with the popcorn, whatever it is. We turn on the TV as I demonstrated to you, and immediately we are taken to the home screen.
TV, row 1, column 1, top shelf content available.
9 times out of 10, that's where we start, my friends. We go into the TV app with a click.
Menu, watch now, tab, 1 of 6.
And we go down to the watch now tab because it knows what we've been watching. A lot of times we just want to keep going. So, today my daughter said to me, let's watch King of Queens. Okay, down.
Up next, The King of Queens. Continue season 4, episode 19. Continue season 4, episode 19. Peacock, 0% complete.
And literally all I have to do is click that and it starts playing immediately. It might take 3 or 4 seconds to open the app, and sometimes the app will ask you to select your profile, but still it's very, very quick. You're watching the content almost instantly. Maybe we want something different.
Guys, grocery games. Everybody loves Raymond.
All right.
Continue
and
season
so
4, episode 17.
Later on today, I'm going to watch some
episode 17. 0% complete. 3
Home Improvement, I think.
Star aircraft.
That's where I was.
Flip or Home Improvement. Continue season 4, episode 4.
Or maybe I'll watch Raymond first.
Air Crash and Beth Star.
So
Everybody loves Raymond.
We just click.
Continue season 4 at 2000 subtitles.
And it's playing.
Audio.
Now I can pause it. I can press the left arrow or right arrow to quickly jump back or forward. I can swipe down to get options to start from the beginning, to start picture-in-picture, to adjust audio and subtitles, and to even see my up next cue. And if I'm done, I can just press the back button.
Hiding media controls.
You'll notice now
Everybody Loves Raymond. Continue season 4, episode 17.
that's been moved to the head of the line.
Episode 17, 1% complete. 1 of 25.
There's more than 25, but it shows 25 at a time. If you keep swiping or clicking to the right, you'll get more than that. All right, so that is what we do most of the time. We watch something we've already, had in our up next queue. If not, we might look through the TV app, swipe down, and look at what's featured. We might go to our library and watch a movie, or we might go directly to one of our favorite streaming apps if we know that there's something we want to start new on there. It's just as easy to find them from the TV app, and I showed you that on my iPad, or I guess on my iPhone. I was demonstrating it on yesterday. Actually, not iPad. I don't even know why I said that because I knew it was iPhone. But I showed that to you, and sorry, that was the TV app search feature. It works very similarly on the Apple TV, and it's super, super easy. So most times when we want to search for something, that's how we do it. If we don't have it in our up next queue already and somebody says, hey, there's a movie out that I really want to watch. We've been talking a lot about Disney movies lately because we're going to go to Disney World hopefully later on in this year. And I've been telling my daughter she needs to watch Enchanted. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. Now, I already own it, so I could just go to the library tab and find it alphabetically or sort by genre or whatever. But if I want to do it quickly, I can go up here.
Watch now, tab.
Go to search.
Sports, tab, search, tab, men, sleep.
Go
button.
down. Whoops.
Keyboard. T.
Okay.
Tango. Tango.
And now I'm in a search field. I got a notification that I can use my iPad to type on the Apple TV, and my other devices are showing me that too, I'm sure. But I also can just type in here with
S. T.
that way, or click on what I want, and I can dictate.
Tango.
I can press and hold the side button, and I can wait for the beep. If I'm using VoiceOver, it'll beep anyway, and I can say,
Show.
Enchanted.
Inserted Enchanted.
Let's go down.
Enchanted April. Suggestion.
These are
4 of 10.
suggestions. I don't need them. Just keep going down.
Top results. Fantasy films. 11. Enchanted movie. 1 of 20.
Had to go to the left. That's it. Press the click
Enchanted
center button.
search field. Enchanted play button. Enchanted. The beautiful Princess Giselle is banished by an evil queen from her magical, musical animated land and finds herself in the gritty reality of the streets of modern-day Manhattan. Can Love's Fairy Tale survive in the real world? Musical. 2007, 1 hour 48 minutes, tomato rating, 93%, common sense rating, 6+, rated PG, HD, closed captions available, audio descriptions available, starring Amy Adams, Patrick Dempsey, James Marsden, director Kevin Lee.
Tons of information. If we go up, that's it. But if we go down,
add to up next button.
we can add this to our queue. Remember, just above that
Play
is the
button.
play button, but we can add this to up next.
Add to up
Go
next
down.
button. Related. Beauty and the Beast. 1 of 32.
Other movies we might want to watch.
Aladdin. Tangled. Sleeping Beauty. Aladdin. Beauty and the Princess and the Frog.
The great
7 of
movies here.
32.
The reason some of those were named twice, I assume, is because one's the animated and one's the live action. Go down here.
How to watch. Open in Disney Plus app. 2 of 2. Play. Purchased. 1 of 2.
So I have two options for watching this. I am a subscriber to Disney Plus, of course. Praise God, I can watch it in there. But also, praise God, I own this movie, so I can watch it directly from my library. Either one would be fine. All right, so when we're done, we just click that and it starts playing. If I do choose Disney Plus, it will ask me to select a profile most of the time because that way it gets associated with the right profile. But the TV app itself has profiles. We'll talk a little more about that in a few minutes. All right, so we'll go back. We've watched that movie. We ate our popcorn. It was all great. All right. Now, what if we want to? What if we want to find something else, and I don't know what I want to watch, but maybe the kids want to watch
now. TV,
something.
row 1, column 1, top shelf content available.
What did I just do?
Music, TV.
I'm not sure how I did that.
Column 1.
Okay.
Top shelf
Maybe the
content
kids want to
available.
watch something about dinosaurs. So I can press and hold the Siri button on the side of the remote and say, show me some movies about dinosaurs.
Button. These might be what you're looking for. Sesame Street, Dinosaurs. 1 of 10. The Good Dinosaur. Jurassic World. Fallen Kingdom. Dinosaur. 4 of 10. Freak Scene. Dinosaurs. Ice Age. Jurassic World. 8 Virum. Not Walking with Dinosaurs.
Okay, you get the idea. And if I go,
TV. Music,
if I keep going, I can get more. I can ask different questions, get different results, and certainly you keep in mind that when we do this, we also are able to say other kinds of things. We can say, show me movies with maybe you like a certain actress or actor.
Watch now. Tab 1 of 6. Menu. Watch now. TV. Row
How about
1,
if I
column 1. Top shelf content
I want to see
available.
movies with somebody in like how about I don't know, let's say let's say Kate Hudson. All right. Show me some movies with Kate Hudson.
Here are some movies starring Kate Hudson. Music. 1 of 27. A Little Bit of Heaven. Mother's Day. Something Borrowed. Marshall. Kung Fu Panda. Fool's Gold. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. My Best Friend's Girl.
And of course,
How to Lose a Guy in 10
if
Days.
I click on
These
that-
are 27. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Play button.
and if I go to the right, nope, the left, where's the trailer? Usually. Oh, well, this is probably because.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Andy needs to prove she can dump a guy in 10 days.
Okay. Yep. So what we have is the same kind of setup where we can access all that information. And yeah, I forgot to show you before that there is usually a trailer associated with the things that you watch. In the Siri interface, maybe not. And I probably had to click on that once again. But like, let me just try to find something with a movie. Here's movie spotlight. Like here we pick this movie.
Top Gun. No Time to Die.
Top Gun. Very popular right now.
3 of Top Gun. Play button. 4 of 50.
Nope.
3 of play.
Go up.
Button.
Nope.
Top Gun.
Down.
Add 2 up next. 2 of 5 play. Add 3 of Top Gun. Add 2 up next. Trailers. Top Gun.
There.
1 of 1.
Maybe the other one didn't have a trailer, but maybe I just missed it. There's the trailer for it. I could watch the trailer right now.
Related.
And let's see how we could watch Top Gun.
How to watch. Play. Subscribed. 1 of 5.
So it's on a service that we subscribe to.
Get Prime Video app. Get Paramount Plus app.
Okay.
Buy $16.
I could buy it.
Rent. $3.
Okay, so it's on Paramount Plus. All right, so you get the idea how easy it is to find things here. And I again want to point out that if you want, you can pretty much ask Siri just about anything you can think of. I mean, you know, for example, you could say things like, you know, show me some good sitcoms, or show me some, you know, some good horror films. Show me, you know, you can even do things like show me 90s movies about space travel. You could say something like, show me the episode of Friends with Reese Witherspoon. I gave you that example before, so you could say stuff like that. During playback, while a movie or a show is playing, most apps will support Siri control as well. So I can use Siri and I can say, rewind 10 seconds, fast forward 3 minutes. One of my favorite ones is, what did they say? So if somebody's talking and you didn't hear what they said, you could say, what did he say? Or what did she say? What it'll do is it'll rewind it a few seconds and it'll turn on the captions for, I think, 10 or 15 seconds so that you can see and hear what that person actually said. This is a great way to use it. Of course, Siri also works with a lot of other things on the Apple TV. Home control and some, you know, something like this. Like I could say, what's the weather like today?
Button. 66 degrees. Everett. Fog. It's currently foggy and 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Expect partly cloudy skies starting early in the morning at 5 a.m. and thunderstorms tonight with mixed conditions for the rest of the day. Today's high will be 86 degrees and the low will be 64.
Now, if you are not a voiceover user,
Top shelf content available.
Siri doesn't talk to you on Apple TV because the, you know, assumption is you don't want to be hearing extra voices when you're trying to watch a TV show or a movie. But of course, for those of us who need it, it will talk when voiceover is on. So that's how that works there, in case you're trying it out and you're not hearing anything. That's why. All right, so if we want to move on to the next part of our workflow, if we still are not watching something in the way that there's other ways, right? I told you we have a live TV streaming app. Now, I won't open it right now because it does automatically start playing and I don't want to, you know, infringe upon any copyrights, but I will just tell you that in the next scenario of our workflow, we would open the Directv Stream app. And the Directv Stream app now is going to allow us to see what's on now, and we can, you know, channel surf or use the guide. The guide is very much like a traditional on-screen guide. And we can bookmark and record things. And at this point, I personally don't bookmark things because we have the unlimited DVR, so I don't need to. I just record anything that I want. Much of it is on demand, so I probably don't need to, but I still do anyway. It just gives you that added flexibility. So a lot of times I'll check out my library in Directv Stream because it's got all the recordings that I have from tons and tons of shows and movies too, probably. And again, they stay for 9 months before they expire. The other thing that happens is I may be able to find a few on-demand things that, or DVR things that don't show up in the TV app. So if you search for a movie and it's not in the TV app, there's a good chance it's not available because the TV app has the vast majority of things because it's integrated with so many apps, even Netflix, which, though it isn't going to give you that same up next experience, not the deep linking, it still has, it's part of the universal search. It's integrated with DirecTV Stream, it's integrated with Philo. So it really should show me just about everything. But here's the thing. If the program that I want to watch is airing soon and it's not available in any form on demand right now, it may not show up in the TV app. So if you don't see something you think should be available, don't give up just yet. Try the individual app just as a triple check. And in particular, that applies to live TV streaming apps, which can show future air dates for things in their guides and recordings on the DVR that are no longer in the guide. So go ahead and head on over to your DirecTV Stream app or whatever live TV service you're using and check there. You can search within that app. You can, pick something to watch that's live right now, and you can pick from all your DVR recordings and other content. So that's another thing that we do on occasion, just not very much, because most of the time we're doing it in these other ways. And that's not a knock against DirecTV Stream. I love that app. It's absolutely my favorite live TV app, and sometimes I use it for some of those other things on demand. Now, I want to tell you that when you see something in the up next row, and or pretty much anywhere else, a season, a show that you want to watch, I clicked on Everybody Loves Raymond, and it instantly started playing. Praise God, just like it's supposed to. If I had wanted to, I could press and hold that on the Apple TV, and I get some additional choices. One of those choices is show details, or view details, I think it actually says, sorry. So you press and hold instead of just clicking, or click and hold, rather, maybe we should say. And it brings up, remove from up next. One of the things it brings up is view details. And what this allows me to do is see every season, every episode, and it allows me to see and even select how it's going to be played. So every now and then, maybe an app will be selected that I don't think is the one I really want to use. That's very rare. And the more you do it, I'm convinced I don't know if it learns. It seems like it stores it usually. I don't know. But it does a very good job, and I usually don't have to do this. But sometimes maybe I want to pick a certain app for a certain reason. We had the Hulu live service for a while, and then we switched, or just kept DirecTV Stream and switched to the basic Hulu. And therefore, there are things on Hulu that are not actually available to me because I don't have a Hulu Live subscription. So if it wants to watch something in Hulu that requires a live subscription, that's not going to play when it opens the Hulu app. But it will play, praise God, in a lot of other apps. DirecTV Stream, and maybe, things like, for example, the Food Network app or the, whatever. So if I see Hulu as the choice, I might do a double take and do that long click, press, click and hold and go to view details, and I might pick DirecTV Stream or Discovery Plus or something else that I know is going to have it. I also like to pick ones that have as many seasons as possible so I can just keep binging the show, even if not all in one day. And typically it's not all in one day. But I know that, if I'm watching an episode of Property Brothers right now on Discovery Plus, and it says that it has, whatever seasons, and then I find out that there's 3 new seasons after that. That's not usually the case. Usually Discovery Plus has everything but maybe the very latest season. Then I might say, I better watch that on the HDTV app or the DirecTV Stream app because I want to get all my shows and episodes. So it is very, very flexible. It's a very easy experience. You will get used to it rapidly. You will get used to it very quickly. It's easy and it's seamless. And that's kind of the workflow. I can't think if I'm missing anything because, the DirecTV Stream app allows me to record both the thing that I'm watching right now, and also I can record things that I find in the guide, and I can record entire series, new episodes only or new and repeat, whatever. I don't know. It's just so simple. It really is. Now, what I want to talk about yet today is I want to talk about other uses for the Apple TV, other ways that we can do things in kind of this idea of taking things to the next level, because there's so much more that we can do with Apple TV. So maybe get up and stretch for a minute, and then we'll keep things going with a little bit more in this episode. And by the way, don't forget to keep a note about these questions. So let's keep going, guys. Let's take things to the next level. Boy, all we need is the chips and salsa. Okay, so you already know how awesome this thing is for watching TV, but I want to talk about going beyond the basics. The first thing I want to talk about, because it still very closely relates to watching TV, but also to a whole lot more, is profiles. I made reference to that earlier, and I made reference to it a few times throughout these modules. Profiles are great on the Apple TV. It's a multi-user experience. The TV app, your game center, which is your game progress and all those things, and a few other things are able to be set for you, for each person, right? And this is great. And you can have, I think, up to 6 users, and it's easy to set up. And there is a control center on the Apple TV, which you access by pressing and holding the top right button, the TV button. And it allows you to quickly switch users. And so this is fantastic when somebody else wants to watch a different episode of something, or maybe they just want to watch something that you really don't want influencing your recommendations. Now, most of the things that my wife and kids and I like are the same things. We all like to watch the same shows, the same movies, and we typically watch them together. But there are a few things that maybe we don't always watch the same. For example, my wife likes some dramas. Now, I did watch Grey's Anatomy for the longest time, but she was watching things like also, and still does, like Station 19, and I think she, they don't have it anymore. It was ended, but like Shades of Blue and Nashville and some of these that I really I don't like that kind of heavy stuff. I don't have any problem with it. I'm not criticizing it. But I mean, it's a little heavy for my taste. I like, the sitcoms and the food and home and history shows and stuff like that. So, what makes sense there is that she can go into her own profile and watch that show, and it doesn't influence my recommendations. And vice versa. I could watch things in my profile that wouldn't influence, goodness gracious, influence her recommendations, guys. Now, another thing is that what I really also like about that is that maybe we're on different episodes. Sometimes we're both watching Friends or The King of Queens, but she's watching a few back in the bedroom at a time when I'm maybe doing something else, and I then would watch them when I'm getting ready to go to bed. And it's just, we don't want each other's sequence to get messed up. If I'm on episode 3, season 4, and she's on episode 9, season 1, well, that doesn't make sense to jump back and forth. She needs to see episode 2 when she's ready, and I need to see, whatever I said. So it doesn't make sense. So then you switch profiles and you watch on your own profile. This is something you don't have on regular TV, do you? So you easily can have multiple profiles set up, multiple users. Each person watches what they like. And it doesn't matter if you use the same apps, because the up next queue is kept by the TV app. So it doesn't even matter what happens in the other apps, right? It is always the question, well, if I put HBO Max on that TV, you're going to watch your own stuff and then my stuff. No, it doesn't matter, because your stuff is synced by the TV app. Now, a lot of apps like HBO Max, Discovery Plus, Peacock, Disney Plus, and Hulu, for example, Netflix, a whole bunch of them also do have their own profile system. So if you really want to maximize the experience, you would also set up profiles in those apps as well. And that way, then the profile is not only synced by the TV app, but when you open the other app, you can also choose the correct profile that matches your name. And it is very, very helpful. Now, the other good part about profiles in many, many apps is that they do support oh, Philo even has profiles, is that they do support parental controls also. And DirecTV Stream, though it doesn't really do profiles, does have a kid's profile that can be enabled on a specific device or group of devices. And so you can have a PIN number and you can restrict content by rating or, however you need to do that. And there's a lot of apps that do support that kind of thing. So again, really, really cool, really useful stuff that's just going above and beyond. Now that is still in the discussion of TV because that's what we do mostly with this thing. But let's talk about some other things. I've already shared with you that you can easily watch you can view your photos, watch slideshows of photos and videos, watch the videos in your photo library, watch memories, and a whole lot more. I've shared with you that you can play music, and you can let the music playing with the album cover art as a screensaver, or even get out of the music app and let it continue to play in the background. You can also play music from third-party apps like Pandora and SiriusXM and others. And of course, I mentioned before that we can view or listen to podcasts. We also have a lot of other things that we can do that I told you about. A lot of great gaming. Apple Arcade games, just fantastic. Some other ones as well that I mentioned to you. There's, cooking and food apps, home design apps. I talked about all this stuff, right? But I want to talk about a little more now. I want to talk a little about, and we even talked about Apple Fitness, didn't we? All right, but I want to talk about a couple of other things, and I need to jump back, and I don't mean to do this, guys, I'm sorry, but I do want to jump back to the TV for a minute. We talked about Siri, and I want to talk to something I didn't mention with Siri that you can do that's really cool. You can actually tell Siri to tune to a specific channel. Like I could say to her, watch Food Network, watch CBS News, watch Nickelodeon, and she will do it as long as I have an app that supports the feature called Live TuneIn. Well, praise God, DirecTV Stream does. And so the channel name is all I need with Siri, and I use the word watch, and even right from the home screen, it's going to load that app, and it's going to take me right to the channel I want. Now, sometimes the channel app itself, the TV Everywhere app, may also support Live TuneIn. So Siri might ask me, which app do you want to use? DirecTV Stream or Food Network Go? Something like that. But whatever, okay? It's really awesome. It's cool. I didn't want to forget. I'm so sorry. Didn't mean to jump all around there, but I did not want to forget that. All right, let's get back to some other things that we can do with the Apple TV. So what about this? This is something we need to talk more kind of advanced stuff now. What if we want to watch TV on other devices? Well, that's no problem. Because if it works on tvOS, on Apple TV, it's probably going to work on iPadOS, iOS, macOS, all of these different platforms. You can install the same apps on your other devices. You can use the TV app, and it will sync across all those devices with iCloud, and it's just super, super easy. All right, what if I want to take the Apple TV to someone else's house? Or maybe a second home that I have, or to the hotel, so I can get my own personalized TV experience? The answer is you can absolutely do that. And even if your hotel has what's known as a captive Wi-Fi network, one of those networks where it makes you agree to the terms and say, do you want a speedy Wi-Fi for, $30 a day, or do you just want the basic hotel Wi-Fi? All those things. That will work with Apple TV. Apple TV supports captive networks. Now, there are a couple of caveats when it comes to live TV streaming. Live TV streaming apps tend to restrict out-of-home viewing to some degree. Now, let me pause and be very, very clear that it's not to suggest that you can't use them out of the home, because one of the great benefits that the apps have to them, one of the great benefits that this whole experience has to it, and indeed one of the great benefits that I've touted with you already, is the ability to watch anything, anywhere, even outside of your home. The question is what devices you can do it on. So, for example, Hulu with Live TV has a pretty stringent restriction that you must use so-called living room devices like the Apple TV in the home if you're watching live TV. Now, you can watch on-demand content out of the home, but if you want to watch live TV on a living room device, it has to be in your home. Now, you can use live TV on a mobile device like an iPad or an iPhone with Hulu, okay? But if you're going to be outside of the home using live TV, you have to do it on a mobile device, not a living room device. Now, Directv Stream is a bit more of a slightly less stringent, a little bit looser policy. The way theirs work is that you can watch on up to 3 devices simultaneously outside of the home, unlimited devices in the home, but when you're outside of the home, up to 3 concurrent streams. More than that, you can have it installed on more devices, but in other words, at the same time, right? And 2 of those can be home, I think they just call them home devices over at DirecTV. So, in other words, I can take an Apple TV to a hotel and still watch my entire live channel lineup, but I can't do it on more than 2 devices at a time, okay? So there are some, restrictions like that. Check what your live TV provider has. If you care about live TV, maybe you don't. Maybe you're just going to watch, HBO Max and Discovery, Disney Plus, Discovery, those kinds of things. Then it doesn't matter, okay? But so it's definitely possible to use this thing outside the home. All right. Next, let's talk about home control. One of the neat things we can do with this Apple TV is use it to control various devices in our home. So I can say to Siri on the Apple TV, make it cooler in here, adjust the thermostat. Or I can say, turn on the lights. I can activate different scenes and automations. Well, automations activate without me having to say it. Sorry, but, I can activate different scenes. And I can tell Siri, make the coffee or whatever I want to do, right? Make my coffee. So there's a lot of great things. Arm the security system. Now, here are some important things to know. In addition to using Siri to control the home on the Apple TV, I can go to the control center and I can view my camera feeds live. I also can be notified while watching TV if my cameras detect a person, an animal, a vehicle, or a package. I can be notified if a door is unlocked or locked, if the garage door opens or closes, and if the doorbell rings. And when the doorbell rings, it's even going to ring on my HomePods. And because I have a Nest doorbell with a Starling Home Hub, I actually get the doorbell on my HomePods, my Nest Hub devices and Nest Minis on the TV, and on my iPhone and iPad devices if I choose to. So it's so cool to be able to be watching TV and see that person at the door. That again, this integration of technology is just incredible. So HomeKit with Apple TV. The other beautiful thing that Apple TV and HomePods do is they act as home hubs so that you can do things away from home. Control your devices even while you're not home and set up advanced automations and things of that nature. So this is great, all right? And the Apple TV is by default a home hub. If you have multiple home hubs, it automatically chooses the best one at the time. It kind of creates a mesh network. Well, not kind of, it does. And so it's really, really it's really great. It's really, really good. All right. That's home control. Now I want to talk about AirPlay and screen mirroring, which is typically bundled in with that same thought of AirPlay 2. But let's talk about the audio aspect of AirPlay 2 first. AirPlay 2 is a wireless media sharing standard for Apple devices. And with it, I can do 2 different things. I can play the audio from, let's say, my iPhone or iPad on my Apple TV, and thus on whatever speakers are connected to my Apple TV, HomePods, soundbars, whatever, connected to my television, I should say. I can also play the audio from the television, the TV program that I'm watching on Apple TV, on other supported devices throughout the home. And this is really, really cool. One of the things I have done sometimes is use this when I'm in the kitchen. Maybe I don't have to see the show anyway, right? But maybe I'm eating lunch in the kitchen. I want to hear it a little bit better, so I put it on the kitchen HomePod. And sometimes maybe we say, we want a snack, and the kids don't want to pause the movie because they're really, really into it, or my wife's getting tired, so she doesn't want to pause it because she wants to get it finished up before bed. So I say, well, I don't want to miss this, but I'll go get you the snack. So put the AirPlay on. We'll put the audio on the kitchen as well. And because it's multi-room audio, it supports that. We don't have to sacrifice hearing it out here. It plays in the living room and in the kitchen or whatever rooms we select, and nobody has to miss a thing. That's the audio aspect of AirPlay. Now let's talk about the screen mirroring aspect. The Apple TV has just a ton of great streaming apps, movies and TV shows, games, cooking apps, home design apps, and more. But what if there's a specific app that's only available on iPad, iPhone, or Mac that is not available on Apple TV? What if you want to show off, for example, a keynote presentation, or browse on a website, or read a book? Well, you can do that. Using your iPhone, iPad, and Mac, you can mirror the contents of those devices to your television with Apple TV. And it will be video and audio, so it takes everything, and you can hear the sound, you can see the video, the pictures, the text, whatever it may be. And this is a great way, my friends, for teachers to allow their students to see things, because they can hook their Apple TV not only to a television, but they could hook it up to a projector and then wirelessly AirPlay from their mobile device and be anywhere in the classroom they want to be. Excuse me, and they don't have to worry about it. Now, if they're not permitted to use an Apple TV in the classroom, they, could directly connect their iPad, for example, to a projector or what have you. But it is a great option, though. And there is a specific conference room display mode that Apple TV supports that allows you to connect peer-to-peer by Bluetooth instead of having to be on Wi-Fi. So if your school district does not want to have you joining the Apple TV to the Wi-Fi network, you can use it as a conference room display instead. So Apple TV is great in the classroom. It's great for those family nights you want to show something off that's only on the iPhone or iPad. It's just really, really fantastic. By the way, we talked a little about some of the games I mentioned, a singing app. There's great ways to do karaoke. You could do that with AirPlay, but you also could do it right in the music app on TV itself, because it has time-synced lyrics. So you can see the lyrics as you are attempting to sing along. All right, now we've talked about AirPlay. I next want to discuss ways of watching home movies on your Apple TV. It's pretty hard to even imagine content that's not available on the Apple TV itself. Praise God, through one of these different streaming apps and services and all this, the iTunes store. But what if you have home movies that are stored somewhere else that you'd like to be able to watch on Apple TV? Can this be done? And the answer is yes. Now, I want to start out by saying there are several ways to do this, and I am not going to get into the types of movies that you are dealing with, because sometimes we might be talking about things that violate licenses, and I'm not going to condone or condemn that. I'm going to not even get into it, okay? But there are some also that are completely within the terms and conditions, and one of those is home sharing. Home sharing allows you to stream the contents of your Mac or PC to your television with Apple TV, and it's perfectly legal. What happens is you get the content into, well, it's legal if you got the content legally, I should say that. I guess that does, have a bearing on it, right? Because there are, but anyway, I'm not even going to go down that road. I said I wasn't. Okay, so whatever. But if you have content stored in the TV app on your Mac or the iTunes app for Windows, you sign in with the same Apple ID, and you can now access those things on your iPhone and iPad as a stream from your computer. Your computer is acting now as a media server. And on the Apple TV, you remember hearing that Computers app, and I said, remember the words home sharing? That's what that does. It allows you to access movies and TV shows from your computer. It allows you to access music and photos from your computer if you're not using iCloud Photos. Maybe you didn't upgrade your iCloud storage yet and you're just storing on the device, or you don't have Apple Music yet and you're just storing on the device. Well, you can now stream with home sharing from your computer. Now, the caveats are you have to be signed in with the same Apple ID, you have to have the computer on, and you have to have the appropriate app open. So on Mac, that's either the music app or the TV app. On Windows, it's the iTunes app. That is home sharing. But home sharing is not the only way to do this. Maybe you don't want to have your computer on at all times. Well, you could consider an app called Infuse. Infuse allows you to store your content in other locations besides the computer, such as, for example, Google Drive and Dropbox. It also allows you to store things on a local server, such as what's known as a NAS, or a Network Attached Storage Device, NAS. A Network Attached Storage Device is basically a hard drive that connects to your Wi-Fi system, usually via Ethernet. I suppose it could be maybe by USB also, but they are huge, not physically huge, but in the amount of storage they have. Like, I have an 8 terabyte one, the Western Digital My Cloud 8 terabyte. That's a ton of storage there. And what you do is you connect that to your router, and then you can access it on your various devices. And the Files app on iPad, iPhone, and so on will access those types of NAS devices, servers. And of course, the Mac will also in the Finder. But Apple TV doesn't have a Files app. You know, you don't really deal with files much on a TV, but the Infuse app allows you to point to the proper location for that network attached storage device and then watch anything you want that is stored on it. And you can store thousands of movies and shows, and the metadata that tells what the movie's about and so on is also updated. It's a great app for various use cases. Again, I'm thinking home movies that you have, you know, things like that. And it really does do a fantastic job. And here to tell you more about it is Trainer Cliff. I'd like to ask Cliff if he'll give you a short overview and a demo of Infuse. So, Cliff, take it away.
Welcome to this session of TV in the 21st century. I'm Trainer Cliff, and I'm here today to talk to you about an app called Infuse. Now, Infuse is an app that you can install on your Apple TV, 4th generation and above, to play any kind of content, MKV, AVI, MP4. I think there's even another one I'm forgetting. It's designed for video only, so no point in trying to import audio or play audio because you can use VLC for that. What this app does is allow metadata to be pulled from a third-party server that's installed in the app. I think they use TV.com or what's that one called? I can't even remember. IDB, database,
IMDb,
TV Guide database, something like that. Anyways, what it does is it imports metadata, synopsis, actors, even the year, as long as everything is encoded right. So, for instance, if I had the movie Firestarter 1984. I'm not going to say 2022 because I didn't like that version. So if I had the movie Firestarter spelled right with the proper year, which is 1984, and I put it in Infuse, it will pull the metadata, the year, the actors and actresses, the description, and it'll even keep my place if I stop watching this movie. You can connect other services or other well, let me back up. The way that I do it is I connect my Infuse to my network attached storage. It's basically a server that's connected directly to my router and is on my entire network. So I can install this app on my Apple TV, my iPad if I had one, or my iPhone. And anybody else in the house can do the same. and it will pull the same thing: metadata, actors, actresses, even the director and who wrote the movie or TV show, because it does TV shows also. It also, again, will remember where you were at when you were watching the TV show or the movie. And again, like I was about to say, you can connect other drive services. Google Drive. You can connect your Google Drive. This actually has to be done from the iPhone. Once you connect it to Infuse through the iPhone, it will show up in your Infuse app on the Apple TV. And when you put movies or TV shows in there, you can play them. So Google Drive, I don't know of any other services, but it will tell you in the app once you pick it, because you can connect networks, servers, you can connect cloud services, and once you select what service that you want, it will tell you which ones you can connect. Like I said, I know Google Drive is available. There used to be another one. I can't remember. Don't quote me on it. But I can tell you right now that I know iCloud Drive is not supported. So that's out the question. I don't know if Infuse and iCloud or Apple have not gotten on the same page, or if they just so chose not to do it. You can also connect, what's it called? It's called Plex. You can connect Plex to your Apple TV or through your Infuse app on your Apple TV and also on your phone. I know the app is free, but they do have a paid subscription so you can bring movies and networks and stuff like that in there. I don't use it, so I really can't tell you. All I do is I like Infuse. So since I have the app open, let's go ahead and show you what's on here.
TV shows, 3 of 5.
Right now it's on TV shows, but if I go all the way over to the left here,
Library, 1 of 5.
I have library,
Movies, 2 of 5.
my movies,
TV show,
TV shows, and then I have custom folders because I like to organize my movies and TV shows in different ways. So I have to name the first one.
Movie lounge, 4 of 5.
That's my movie lounge.
TV lounge, 5 of 5.
And that's my TV lounge. So it'll have, if I go in the movies and TV shows of the library that they have, it'll probably pretty much show the same thing. But I like my stuff organized in a certain way. Also in library, they have recently added by genre and I think by year, if I'm not mistaken. But the bottom line is, however you obtain your content, I'm not going to go into licensing and people who torrent and stuff like that. That's not my business. But however you obtain your content, if you put it on a network attached storage device like I have, or you bring it into Google Drive, or you have your Mac on, actually, can't believe I almost forgot this. The Mac actually has an app called that you can, if you buy it on the Apple TV, it will show up in your purchases on your Mac. So the app is 99 cents a month or $10 for a year, or I think you can buy it for 40 or 50 bucks for a lifetime, which I'll probably do next time because I use it so much. I've been using it for the last 6 years, and they have improved accessibility tremendously. So let me go into a movie. Let's see.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Season 5, 6 of 20.
Alright, so that's Hanging with Mr. Cooper. I guess somebody was watching that on another Apple TV in the house.
The Smallville, Season 8, 3 of 20.
Smallville. Let me see.
Hitman, The Awakening, Escape the Field, 2000. Cinderella, 2000. The Cellar, 2000. Trees of Peace, 2021, 7 of 30.
Alright, this movie's called Trees of Peace. Let's go in here and see if it'll give us a description.
Play button. Playlists button.
And you can also make playlists. So let's swipe to the right and see if there's a description.
Rate button.
I can rate it.
Edit button.
I can edit it. Let's see if there's a description now.
Marcus Watch button. In April of 1994, 4 women from different backgrounds and beliefs are trapped in hiding during the Rwandan genocide. Their fight for survival against all odds unites the women in an unbreakable sisterhood.
So, as you saw or heard, it gave me a description of this movie called, what's this movie called again?
Charmaine Benoit, Jeanette, 1 of 11.
That's an actress that's in the movie.
Elaine Newhire, Anik, 2 of 11.
So, as you can see, it has them. And if you click on their name, it'll actually give you other movies that they were in. So, let's go back to the search.
Charmaine Benoit, Jeanette, 1 of 11.
Charmaine Benoit. Let's see what else she was in.
Selected, Black Box, 2020, 1 of 2.
She's in Black Box.
Trees of Peace, 2021, 2 of 2.
And this movie is called Trees of Peace. Or Peace, I guess.
Selected, Charmaine Benoit, Jeanette, 1 of 11.
So, as you can see, it has the list of actors, the movies. It gave me a description of the movie. And if I push the back button, I'll go back to my list.
Trees of 9 Bullets, 2022, 7 of 30.
There's a movie called 9 Bullets in here.
The Duke, 2021. Happily Never After, 2000. Blood in the Water, 2000. Crawl Space, 2022, 3 of 30. Missing and Alone, 2021. Bloody Summer Camp, 2021, 1 of 30.
So, let's go into this movie called Crawl Space.
Missing and Crawl Space, 2022, 3 of 30. Play button.
Let's see what's this
Play
about.
lists, rate, edit button. Marcus Watch.
Well, there's no description, so
Henry Thomas, Robert, 1 of 9.
Henry Thomas is in this movie.
Bradley Stryker, Sterling, 2 of 9.
Bradley Stryker.
C. Ernst Harth, Julie, 3 of 9. Jennifer Robertson, Jordan, 4 of 9.
Jennifer Robertson Jordan. So,
Marcus Watch button.
I can mark it as watched.
Play button.
And I can play it. So, since it didn't give me a description, I'm actually going to play it so I can show you a little trick here. So, it's playing, but if I swipe down, now it should give me a description. So, let's see.
Menu. Info. Tab. 1 of 4. Crawl Space. 1 hour. 31 minutes. Thriller. Action. 2022. Follows a family man who must fight for survival when he finds himself trapped in the crawl space of a remote Oregon cabin where ruthless poachers have stashed their fortune. Resume 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 59 seconds. Button.
Alright, as you saw, it has a lot of options. Picks of the day, recently watched, recently added. So you can scroll through those tabs and see what you want to watch. See what it suggests you watch, or picks of the day. And you can even make playlists, go into by genre, by year, by actor, stuff like that. It's a very, very, very accessible app, convenient app. Again, just one of the many apps that I use on the Apple TV. Matt will go over more, but again, this app, you can use a network attached storage, which connects directly to your router, so it's on your network. Connect your Apple TV, and it'll populate all the movies, TV shows. You can even put your personal collection in here. It won't label them, but you can do that yourself. Again, it will play AVI, MKV, MP4, lossless. That's music, so never mind. But I haven't seen a format yet that it can't play. It'll even play 4K movies. We're not quite to 8K yet, so and again, that's eye candy for the sighted. So, if there's any questions, stir it up or support@stiritup.com. If you don't get a reply, then send it to stiritup@icloud.com. And remember, that's STURITUP. And again, I have other apps that I do streaming movies and TV shows on my Apple TV. But again, Matt will be the one to show you those. But this has been Infuse, again, where you can stream it from a network attached storage, your Mac, where the Infuse app is in the App Store, or you can connect the Infuse app from your Apple TV directly to your Mac with the IP address, username and password, and bring the movies over from there if they're stored on a hard drive that's connected to your Mac or on your Mac hard drive Macintosh HD. So again, this has been Trainer Cliff for the Infuse app on the Apple TV.
What a powerful app. With so many options, a variety of ways to watch your favorite shows and movies, the best screen in the house gets even better with Apple TV. Now, I'd like to talk about one more thing with you, which I did tell you we'd come back to, and that has to do with the live local channels. It is extremely easy to get all of your local channels with a service like Directv Stream or Hulu with Live TV. But in rare cases, you may live in an area where those channel affiliates have not yet reached streaming deals. Or perhaps you don't wish to have a live TV streaming service, but you do want to have access to your local channels. There may be another option through the use of a digital over-the-air antenna. Now, as we mentioned, digital over-the-air antennas have gotten a lot smaller, sleeker, and easier to work with. typically requiring no professional installation. Some of the HD TV antenna options even can be mounted or placed on a wall inside your home. Others may require outdoor placement, depending on how far you live from your broadcast channel towers. There are websites on which you can input your 5-digit zip code and see exactly what local channels can be gotten over the air in your area and just how many miles away they are from your location. It is then easy to determine what antenna strength you need and purchase the appropriate one. Now, once you've purchased the over-the-air antenna, you're going to need to make that over-the-air antenna interact with the Apple TV. And for that, we're going to need an app and we're going to need an additional piece of hardware. Now, let's start with the hardware. The HD Home Run is the name of the device that will allow your over-the-air antenna to work with your Apple TV. And here's how it works. You purchase the HD Home Run device that supports over-the-air antennas. There are different models, and I will be honest with you, I have not checked their website recently to see if they still match what I know to be true. So please take it with a grain of salt and Google it, or if you're interested in it, contact TTJ and we'll be happy to officially look into it for you. But the last time I checked, it was the HD Home Run Connect that you use. And what happens is this HD Home Run Connect has an Ethernet port in it. You connect it to your Wi-Fi router via Ethernet. Of course, you connect it to power. And then it has a place where you insert the cable to connect it to the over-the-air antenna. So you've got this connection now from the HD Home Run to the over-the-air antenna and to the Wi-Fi router. You now can log in to the device and allow it to scan for all available channels. Once it finds them, it's ready to make them available. Now to watch them, we simply need to download an app. And the app we need is aptly called Channels. The Channels app allows you to easily watch live TV over the air with the HD Home Run and an over-the-air antenna. You can pause live TV, rewind, and other things that you would expect from a modern device, even seeing guide info. This is a great way to watch live over-the-air television if, in fact, you cannot get it in any other way. It's even possible to add DVR capability to this app and a whole lot of other great features. All right, my friends, with that, this is going to conclude the initial 5 parts to this awesome series, TV for the 21st Century, produced by the tech juggernaut at www.ttjtech.net. But remember, there's more to come, because we are going to have our live interactive session tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern in Zoom, and we don't want you to miss that. We hope that this has been a blessing to you and a great resource of information. And we hope to have you on board in our interactive session with all your questions. Maybe we'll do some fun little trivia in there and other things. You never know, okay? Don't forget, once again, to please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and even leave a comment on this video. And we want to thank you so much for joining us. Please come to our live session and to our other digital cafes that will be coming up as well. God bless you, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time at ttjtech.net.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.